Something called mindfulness. Joining us right now is Dr. John Kuna from John G. Kuna and Associates. Dr. Kuna, as always, it's great to see you.
Wonderful to be back, Dave. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course, when it comes to mindfulness, one of the first things you talk about is stress reduction. How do those things relate?
Mindfulness is the ability to focus in the present. Many times people talk about mindfulness and they say, perhaps I need to meditate more. I need to involve myself maybe in prayer life more. It's a little bit deeper than that, than just focusing on meditation. They say if you put a person in a room and tell them just to wait, in a very, very brief period of time, they'll start to think about the past and something they did previously before entering that room. If you're not, they'll think about the future and what they'll probably have to do or need to do when they leave that room. Nonetheless, they'll stress themselves out about something that's not in the room. Very rare is the person who would sit in a room and look at a couch or look at a pillow and say, I'm going to sit here and allow myself to focus on the pattern of that pillow and enjoy the moment that I'm having right now. Very rare. Very rare. You'd say, well, you're just a slacker. You know, you have to get busy. Think of your past. Think of your future. Look at your mistakes. It's a different type of thinking, and I'd like to give you an example. I was at Dunkin' Donuts the other day in the drive-thru, and I'm sitting there looking at my phone. The drive-thru's going very slowly, and move up a little bit, move up a little bit. Well, I didn't notice. The line had moved up. Gentleman behind me laid on the horn. I jumped. And so I went to the drive-thru, I got my drink, and I thought, you know, maybe I'll pay for his order and be a nice guy. And I thought, I still have a very bad attitude right now. I'm kind of edgy from the noise of him laying on the horn. And I was getting ready to pull out. I'm at the red light there. And I thought to myself, okay, I'm watching my mind scan anxious thoughts. I could create the metaphor and say I'm anxious, but there's nothing here in the car to make me anxious. There's no problems. But I could scan these thoughts and think I'm irritated and create that metaphor. But I'm not irritated. I'm actually watching my mind scan anxious and irritating thoughts. But what do I need to do? What do I need to do in the present? I found the answer. In the present, I needed to reach down, open my coffee, and drink it, which is what I went there for. And I felt the irritation lift immediately because I didn't have to scan these anxious thoughts. I was able to enjoy my drink. Now that's part of the ability of mindfulness, to put us in a good place rather than allow that scanning of thoughts to take us to past or future places where actually we're not there at all.
Well, that is some good advice, and I'm sure something a lot of people have to deal with when you kind of focus on everything else but what's happening at the moment. If you would like to talk to Dr. John Kuna, you can reach him at his office, 570-961-3361, or online at drjohngkuna.com. Dr. Kuna from John G. Kuna and Associates, as always, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Dave.
We've got a lot more